Today I started my first day of high school. Pretty fun.
We were never quite sure that he was going to make it to high school. Yeah, Ryan's my gushy guy.
I'm her favorite.
One of the things that this job has taught me is how fragile life is.
Health is really one of those necessities. I mean, it's kind of the backdrop for everything else that we are and everything else that we do.
If you are not healthy, everything falls apart, and cities fall apart.
I think people don't want to live in a place that doesn't feel like a healthy place to live. And if they have an option, they'll go somewhere else. So LA has sometimes felt like an unhealthy place to live when you look at smog and you look at, pollution, you look at traffic and congestion, but people keep coming here.
It's typical of a great metropolitan city, not only in the United States, but throughout the world, that we have incredible challenges and incredible opportunities.
Los Angeles has more than 10 million people. We go all the way from rural areas with farming to the dense urban kinds of populations that you mostly see back east.
Los Angeles is the most diverse city. It's 50% Latino, 12% African American, 14% Asian American.
If you train and then work in Los Angeles as a doctor, then you see every kind of patient, from the richest to the poorest, from people that take good care of themselves to people that can't afford to take any care of themselves.
There were 5 police cars, 3 ambulances, 50 people. And I stopped my car in the middle of the street and I said, "I'm the mom. Where's Ryan?" And they said, "We took him to the trauma center." And it's not good. He actually fell 4 stories and landed on the cement.
He was just like in the hospital bed, like in pain, so there's nothing I could do.
People get to the hospital, and that's because there's so many healthcare facilities, within shouting distance from most people. And then you got the technology to do something about it once people hit the door of the emergency department.
It's a question of being resourced to tackle the problem, and here I think we are. We have the people and we have the technology and we have the culture here to do it.
I tell my medical students and residents all the time, I can look at an image and tell a story.
I had cancer when I was a child. I was 4 years old and I had neuroblastoma. Earlier this year, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. It was really small. It was 1.2 centimeters. So I don't know where I would be without an MRI. I was really lucky.
The developments in the field of imaging and the ability to relate those developments to the actual care of patients has an extremely short period of time from the innovation to the use of the patient at the bedside.
Ryan had so many tests. He had imaging tests and scans and x-rays and blood work and skin grafts, and I can't even remember all the types of tests you had because one day blended into the other.
Siemens in Los Angeles is in 75% of hospitals. We align with some of the most recognized researchers in healthcare and in the sciences, really to advance our solutions, technology, and ultimately support them in their valuable work.
Cities continue to grow, but not really expand their boundaries, and you see more urbanization. And with that comes opportunities to create new paradigms in terms of health or education, transportation. And you're certainly seeing it in Los Angeles.
A healthy city is one that, again, is vibrant, is one that provides access to healthcare for everyone, regardless of background, of income level, and is certainly one that is truly focused on sustainability.
Whatever is going on now, we can be assured that that's not what's going to be going on 20 years from now. Everything is going to evolve, everything's going to be different. So we need to figure out, how do we utilize the wealth of technology now to create a very healthy future?
Who knows why things happen. The fact that I survived cancer twice, I guess it does just solidify the fact that I'm supposed to be here.
Sometimes individuals will come back to the firehouse and, visit us, or, a child who was injured and we cared for them, and, months later you see them and they're smiling, and it's really a remarkable feeling.
When I went back to see them, I didn't know any of them, but they just knew me. Like I was part of their family. Yeah. Like they'd come up to me and just hug me, and some of them actually started crying and everything. It was crazy.
It's amazing.